Let's get into X-Men 97 Season 2, Episode 9's recap and review. I'm going to be honest, y'all. This finale was not feeling like a finale. I'm just going to jump ahead. My review for this episode, I'm going to give it a 5 out of 10 because I was very, very underwhelmed. But nonetheless, let's talk about what happened in this episode. And honestly, it really shouldn't take me that long. Like the last video, because a whole lot happened, but it really didn't. If that makes sense. I mean, if you watched the episode, then you know what I'm talking about. So, X-Force and X-Factor join forces. They go attack X-Corp, where the X-Men are located, where they are harboring Gambit, who is currently unconscious, and you have Apocalypse's mind trying to break through and reclaim Gambit's body and remove his mind from existence. Somewhere deep down in the water, somewhere in the ocean, Beast, Rogue, and Nightcrawler, they find Ship, and they go in there to try to ask Ship to tell them how to defeat Apocalypse. Ship gives them access to the same chamber Apocalypse took when he was went into when he was in Sabanur to become Apocalypse, but she warns them you can't go in there without paying a price. Rogue went in there. She's talking to Esan, the Celestial, and she pretty much like, I give anything for Remy. I'd give anything. And so he tells her, since you want it so bad, your life for his. And she's like, I'll pay the price. So he grants her what she needs. And they leave us there. But Nightcrawler clearly, he's like, something ain't right. Because a price had to be paid. What did you do, sister? So back on the island, X-Force / X-Factor, they break through the defenses of X-Corp. All these X's and Corps and forces and Anyways, they break in. You have Polaris and Bishop guarding Gambit, which I'm annoyed because where were they last episode? That makes zero sense. They were literally just with y'all the episode before in the Savage Land. So why wouldn't they not be annoyed? So the big guy from X Factor, him and Siren and Wolfsbane and Multiple Man, they go to confront Polaris and Bishop, which they sit in there and Polaris don't do nothing. After all that power that you just used to defeat Danger, why are we just sitting here? And Siren is screaming, oh, Siren, shut up. Oh, please stop. And Bishop just going toe-to-toe with the other dude because I guess they both absorb energy, whatever. Like, so they couldn't even stop each other. But Multiple Man yokes up Polaris and ties her down, and she acting like she can't do nothing. She just sitting there tied down. Pissed me off. And so it was just embarrassing to watch them barely fight and do anything after y'all just did all this stuff in these last episodes. So then a card flies through. Boom, blows him up. Gambit wakes up. Gambit gets to putting the whooping on Multiple Man. Takes out Siren for them and evens the playing field. Meanwhile, you got Jubilee playing Sky Tag with Havoc, and he's trying to stop her while we got this dang near 2-3 minute long flight sequence with them. Whatever. Jubilee outsmarts him and knocks him out of his plane. He thought he had her, but she gets him. But he like kind of proud, like, okay, kid, I see you. Like, you know you did your big one. Cool. Then they give my girl Storm her little 15 seconds of one line and this baby tornado that she do. Oh, this requires a delicate touch to handle the humans inside the Mecha Sentinel suits. And so she blow them half away, and that's all we see of her in Forge. Then there's Wolverine, who is fighting Psylocke. They get to fight, which was kind of cool. It was nice to see them going toe-to-toe. That little half move that her and Archangel did to pin Wolverine up against the wall. But then she's like, hold on, somebody else in here. Here come Morph. So they tag teaming. Psylocke tries to psychic knife him, but he like, my brain's already scrambled, so sis, that ain't gonna work on me. Then Val Cooper tells Cable to wrap it up, hurry up, because Apocalypse is getting ready to break free, right? So he does his mega telekinetic blast to bust through the building, start shattering glass, the building structures collapsing. Polaris has to use a shield to protect Gambit and Bishop that's down there. And he lands down there where his mom and daddy at. And they keep, Nathan, you don't have to do this. We're a family. Let's think about this. We ain't got time for that. So Nathan pretty much put the whooping on Scott and Jean too, which pisses me off because they literally did. He kept blocking Scott's blast. Jean just doing these baby shields, barely telekinetic bubble blast, whatever. He snatches Scott's glasses or visor, blows Jean back with his telekinesis that she taught him how to use, and makes his way down to where Polaris and Bishop are, because he's trying to take out Gambit. Polaris puts up a shield. He uses his telekinesis to throw these big rocks and knock them out the frame. Ridiculous. And he shoots Gambit. And here go Professor wheeling down the... No, what? What have you done? Don't do... Professor, please. Please go somewhere. And he thinks it's over. Everybody thinks it's over. They're crying. Gambit, no, what's going on? Apocalypse emerges and takes over Gambit's body. He grows 12, 30 feet tall to like Apocalypse used to be. And pretty much they get to trying to attack him, which they don't really do. And here go Cable did all these telekinetic feats. Uses telekinesis to disarm the EMP field. Uses his telekinesis to bust through the building. Uses his telekinesis to overwhelm Scott and Jean and Polaris and Bishop. But then Apocalypse is here. And you go back to that gun. Please make it make sense, y'all. So Apocalypse comes and he takes over the X-Men. They attack him. He blasts them with this wave. He makes them his minions. And he pretty much tells Xavier, now the teacher will learn the lesson. Okay, that was cool back in episode 4. It's getting tired. This line is tired now. It's run stale for me. And so he's like, yours, the ones you love will be your undoing type deal. And then he, of course, feels the presence of Rogue, who's all celestialed out, right? She's sparkling and shining. You see in the picture up there. And she comes. And there wasn't even a fight. There wasn't even a fight, y'all. She just bum rushes him and grabs his face, absorbs Apocalypse out of Remy, and traps him in this crystal. So that's done. The fight is over. It wasn't even a fight. Yeah. Hands the crystal to Cable. She goes, hugs, kisses Remy, and realizes after the celestial power wears off, she's like, what's going on? It was supposed to be a sacrifice. Then she sees Beast come off the plane, holding the Bible. Cutscene. Nightcrawler. Basically telling Asan, my life for hers. And I know it'll be all right. They're going to thrive. Of course, they're going to mourn me. They're going to cry. But my death will be the seed for them to make new memories and for them to really grow and thrive together because they deserve each other. And everything's going to be great. And Isan's like, how do you know all of this life will come from your sacrifice? In Nightcrawler, in his wonderful fashion, I have faith. Reverend! Well done, thou good and faithful servant, Nightcrawler. And then in the cutscene at the end, Mystique appears, takes out Val Cooper, as she should. That's what she get. So now we know Mystique is going to be a pivotal figure in the next season. So yeah, this was just a really poorly done finale. It was all over the place, and I was not a fan. And as always, if you made it this far, I appreciate it. Yes, it was longer than what I thought it was going to be, but here we are. Please stick around. Follow your boy. Leave me a like. Let me know what you thought.